So in this particular video, we are talking about three different words. It's an internship series. We're talking about POPD, we're talking about VIP ward, and we're talking about SCIBU, that is special baby care unit. So this video is going to be a lot. We're not just talking about, I'm going to be showing you guys the aspect I was able to vlog in the ward, at least without infringing on anybody's rights or any patient's rights. So yeah, stick around and let us start. So as I was saying, it's an internship vlog, and if you've not watched my previous vlog, I'm going to link it here or here. You will see, just click it and follow and watch it so that you can follow my train of thoughts and not be left out in any part. So first of all, from the last vlog, you will have noticed that I worked in the children's ward, as you already know if you've watched it. We had to rotate and go over to another ward where we'll be working, and we started working in a new ward called POPD. And yes, I'm just going to be inserting some of the clips so that you'll see how the whole place looked like, what I actually did in the ward, and the kind of nursing duties we had to do in that particular one, because each unit is a little bit different, it's basically the ideal or the basic nursing duties you see carry out, but some units are just different. Hi guys, good morning. So this is a new week, and new week means, okay, not every new week though, but I'm in a new department now, a new ward now, and we are in POPD, and I'm in the hospital, like you already know from the environment. So POPD is Pediatrics Outpatient Department. So basically means that it's for children that come to just see the doctor that same day and go back that same day. So they are not on admission. That is what it means. That's why it's called Outpatient Department. And Pediatrics, you already know that Pediatrics is for children. Alright, so I'm ready. I'll just go in, change up, and get my scrub. My shift starts by 8:30 this particular ward, so now it's currently 7:45. So I'll just go and change up and then to my scrub, and then I'll start my shift. All right, see you guys in a bit. Bye. So basically how the POPD works is that once a patient comes, the patient normally comes with their relative, their father, their mother, or their guardian. It's a child, so you already know. They go over to the records, which you have seen now, which I will be showing you guys. They'll go over to the records, pick their folder, or pay for a new folder, and then they open the folder for them. Then they bring it over to the cashier, show the cashier their receipts. The cashier just documents and make sure that everything has been paid for, and then they send them over to the nurses. So us, being the intern nurses, will observe them, check their vitals, document, and check them totally physically, and that we notice, we have to document it on the folder, and then we give it to the doctor that is on duty that particular day. It could be, how it actually works is that there are different teams of doctors that work on different days. For example, it can be the cardiologist working, then on Tuesday it can be the neurologist, but then there are other house officers, that is basically intern doctors, that are working for general cases. So let's say on a Monday night, a patient comes and they want to see a neurologist. They can't see a neurologist that day because, like I said, it could be for cardiology. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying that Monday is for cardiology. I'm not just saying that, but I'm saying that different days have different case doctors, like different doctors for different cases that come in. Unless your case as a patient is a general case, and then you can come and you see any doctor that's available. But then if it's for a specific case, if the child is having a neurological case, the neurological case has a particular day that they are being attended to. You get my point? So this is the POPD section. This is where the nurses stay. Now nobody is here, so that's why I'm trying to just do the video for you guys. And this is where the patients will just stay. Yeah, so this is our nurses room over here, and then over here is the consulting room and different consulting rooms, and then the restroom right down there is open though, but there's really nothing much to see, just offices, and then the restroom down there. That is how the whole place is. Come down from the outside, come over here, and here the pediatrics pharmacy, and here the pediatrics records. So the POPD is a clinic. If you know anything about how hospital runs, you know that clinics normally closes on time, closes early for the day. So some clinics can close by 12 p.m. in the day and they are done, or sometimes it can be 2, sometimes it can be 3. So but basically us, give or take, we stop taking in POPD department, we stop taking in new patients by 12 p.m. So even if I say that on clinic, like during the POPD, while I was working in the POPD department, we closed early. Us as interns, not like we actually closed early. It just meant that we stopped taking new patients in by 12 p.m. But nurses, we still had work that we had to do. We had to document things, the cases that happened that day, we had to document them. And sometimes they might be log of the previous days on that we have not done, so we just have to complete it before we go. So basically we normally leave the hospital around 3 p.m. while we're working when we're working in POPD department. If it was a good day and everything was calm and we finished early, maybe 2:30. Yes, at most 2:30. So that is basically how the POPD department, sorry, the POPD was running. So after the POPD, we had to rotate to another ward. Like I told you, we work in each ward for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, we rotate and then we go over to another ward. So we went to the VIP ward. VIP is basically for people that, first of all, want a more private care. Basically, they don't want to be in a ward like they'll basically have their neighbors, they can see their neighbors being attended to. So if you watch my previous video, you will see how I gave you guys a view of how a typical children's ward looks. That is basically how an adult ward looks, just that they have bigger beds that can actually contain them. So in a ward, you can see your neighbor where your neighbor is, maybe a patient can see their neighbor where their neighbor is going through a lot, or where the nurse is taking care of them, that kind of thing. There's no much privacy in terms of the patients. Like the most that we can do if it's in a ward is to screen the patient and then cover the patient up while we are attending to the patient again. But then in a VIP ward, they have more privacy. Each patient can have their own room if they want, if they pay for a higher, let's say, package, if they pay for a higher package, because a particular room now in that VIP ward can have 2 patients. So you can either decide to pay for the one that's we have 2 patients, or you can pay for the one that only you will be the patient in that room, you get. So it's basically for those that want a more private care and can afford it. Keywords can afford it, because it's not cheap. It's not. That's why it's called VIP ward. Basically, it's not cheap. So this is the VIP ward where I'm working currently. So yeah, let me just open this. These are just the rooms. There are 11 rooms in this particular ward. So as the name implies, it's VIP center. I mean, it's VIP ward. That is room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4, just like that. Then governess over there, and then nurses room over here. So nothing much there, just how it is. Actually very cozy. Yeah, let me go back. So how nurses schedule was during VIP ward, or how my schedule was that it was a 3 shift. In POPD it's only 1 shift, like you already know, is morning shifts, just morning shifts. So but in VIP is 3 shifts, and it can either be on morning, evening or afternoon. It could either evening or afternoon, and then night. So morning shift starts from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then afternoon shift starts from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then night shift starts from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning, you get. So that's how it was. What we normally do in VIP was that we attend to the patients that we have, check vital, check medication, wound dressing, very important. We're doing wound dressing. Some of them can have diabetic foot ulcer, some of them can have any wound issue at all, because the VIP ward is not for a particular case. It's not for a particular case. For example, now somebody can come to AIE department. AIE is accident and emergency, for those that don't know. Can come to AIE department be rushed as a patient into AIE department is accident and emergency, mostly for emergency cases. So while the patient has been booked and be stabilized, the patient's relative or the patient himself can decide that they don't want to stay in this ward, they want to go to a more private ward, and then they refer them over to the VIP ward. So when they come to the VIP ward, they're having a more private case, so a more private care. So it can be, my point is that it can be any case at all. In VIP ward, you can receive any case at all. It's not particular to pediatrics case, it's not particular to surgical cases, it's not particular to medical cases. You get. So some other things we did in VIP ward was that we had the reports. Obviously, each ward has their reports, their own personal report, like VIP reports. But then, apart from that reports, other units submit their reports to us. So us, we just document them. We will know the amount of patients each ward received. For example, let me give you guys an example. For example, let's say medical female surgical ward, they had 10 patients, so they will write their reports, do everything they have to do, and then they will submit their reports to us. Also, we will verify, make sure that the reports that is written is actually up to standard. There's a lot of things that makes a report up to standard. It's another discussion for another day, but so we'll just make sure that the report is up to standard, and then we will document in our own reports for the whole hospital we get. So then we can get from their female surgical report that they had 10 admissions today, and then they had let's say 2 discharged, and then we'll just write the total amount of patients they have presently at the end of each shift. It's not at the end of the whole day, it's at the end of each shift. So morning duty we submit a report, afternoon duty we submit a report, and night duty we submit a report. So that is basically what we did in VIP work. And okay, yes, another thing was that we gave out death certificates if a patient died in any particular ward, God forbid, but it does happen. So if a patient dies in any particular ward and their relative wants a death certificate, they normally come to the VIP wards to take the death certificate. And this is not, I'm not just saying that this is how all hospitals work. I'm just saying that this is particular to the hospital I'm working, which is River State University Teaching Hospital. So the patient's relative comes to take their death certificate, then the patient's relative to sign on the death certificate that he has taken his death certificate, and then the people that were present was the doctor and the nurse in charge. So that is how it works. So just to summarize this VIP, what we did was that we check vitals. Once we come in the morning, we check vitals, we give medication, we dress any wounds that need dressing. We while we are doing all this, we are documenting it, and also as we are doing all this, so people can also be coming to submit their reports, and you're recording and you're documenting, and then you're giving it back to them, or you're holding it depending on the particular day. That's another discussion. If it's a I don't know whether I should go to that, but depending on the particular day, you can actually give it to them or you hold on to the report. Then the death certificates, you can also give death certificate, but death certificate is only given during morning duty. Yes. Good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 18. Okay, so I'll hold on to it. Tomorrow is for. Okay. So after VIP, we went to another ward. After a period of 3 weeks in VIP ward, we went to another ward, which was Skibo, the almighty Skibo. Well, nurses that have worked in Skibo will understand why I'm saying that. So Skibo means, unfortunately guys, I'll have to end the video here, but I know that Skibo was supposed to be part. It's coming up in my next video, so just stay tuned. If this video helped you so far, please subscribe and do the other good stuff, like and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.